Spitwads, when we were starting out this podcast and the Fantasy Footballers podcast, it was just the three of us, and we did everything. We were the producers, we were the publishers, the editors, the writers, we were everything. But over time, we have scaled, and people like Al, people like Brooks, we have the best staff here that has taken our business to another level. If your company is trying to make a leap, it's all about having the right people with the right skills, and you will find them with Indeed. If you're hiring, you need Indeed, because Indeed is the hiring partner where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. It's the only job site where you're guaranteed to find quality applications that meet your must-have requirements, or else you don't pay. You don't spend hours on multiple job sites trying to find candidates with the right skills. They're going to match you with Instant Match. So as soon as you sponsor a post, you get a short list of quality candidates with resumes on Indeed that match your job description. I don't have to tell you how important hiring the right people are. So start hiring right now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/ballers. The offer is good through March 31st. Go to Indeed.com/ballers to claim your $75 credit before March 31st. Indeed.com/ballers. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Spitwads, today's show, it's a great one. This spit hit has one of the most dangerous scats of all time. We talk phobias. We got cooking duty versus dish duty. And I don't know where you are on that debate, but you will find out where we're at on today's episode and a whole lot more. Enjoy.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother, father, sister, brother, hey! Hoo-ha!
We got there. Whoa, that was scary.
That was the TBS edit.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes.
Yippee-ki-yay,
TNT.
Mr. Falcon.
Welcome in to, it was a risky business. I mean, we're past show 100 at this point. It's all just found money.
You got me flushed over here, man. That was that.
How you guys doing?
That father like parental alarm on the inside just went like where you're like a puffer fish. You just feel it on your insides, but.
Yeah, we're good.
We're all right.
Good. Welcome in to the Spitballers Podcast. Andy, Mike, and Jason back with you. Episode 104. Would you rather? That's a great question. A spectacular new Battle Royale draft to finish today's episode.
Can't stop fighting.
No, you can't. It's in our nature, Mike.
It's in our blood.
It's in our blood. Welcome in. You can follow us on Twitter at SpitballersPod. Al Borland is here. Al, how are you doing this fine and wonderful day?
Doing great. Thanks for asking.
That was fairly enthusiastic.
Yeah, the follow-up, the thanks for asking really changed it from, you know, you have the one word, he realized he was about to get mocked, and he's like, I gotta say something else.
He did fine.
Thanks for asking. No, you did great. That was the best you've ever done.
I like how you said he realized he was going to get mocked as opposed to just being asked how he's doing.
Right.
Like, I didn't actually want to know how he was doing.
Oh,
I
come
was
on.
waiting for an
You
opportunity.
didn't want to know.
I was kind of curious. Spitballerspod.com. You can head over there, learn how to become an official Spitwad supporter of the show,
Yes.
which is one of the best things that you can do.
They are unbelievably attractive people.
Yes.
Over
yes.
supporting this
aesthetically
podcast.
pleasing.
Oh,
yes,
the
absolutely.
best.
I haven't gone through the list, but I have to imagine Brad Pitt is a part of the Spitwads.
Brad Pitt is a big donor to this show.
He's,
Yes.
I mean, when you're that handsome, you've got to be part of what we're doing here.
And obviously Bruce Willis, that's what the scat was all about. So he's a big fan as well.
That's true. That's true.
You guys want to get this thing going?
I suppose we have nothing else to talk about.
Let's do it.
Would you rather?
All right, Nathan from Patreon says, would you rather yawn every time you hear a word with the letter R in it? Strange.
Okay.
Or vomit every time you hear a word with the letter Z in it. So this is a little bit of a Wheel of Fortune situation here.
Yes.
The rarity of the letter Z compared to vomit versus the commonality of the letter R, and you're
That's
just
what I was-
yawning.
I was going to mention the Wheel of Fortune is the first thing that whenever someone mentions letter frequency, it's RSTLNE, which
Yes.
have you guys ever, like, when you're watching that, do you feel like they're just misspelling R.L. Stein?
No, I do not.
I think about that every time I watch Wheel of Fortune.
Wait. RSTLEL, is that high?
LNE.
Yeah,
those are the Wheel
the-
of Fortune letters for the final puzzle.
Yeah.
Wow.
But here we are. I mean, vomiting to me.
Hold on. We can't blow by this Jason being shocked of
Have
this
you heard
game
of
show
this game show?
it was on the air before we were alive. And
no,
you're
I know that-
surprised?
I know the game show. Apparently, I haven't watched it. I guess
Ever?
Yeah, I mean, I can honestly say I've never sat down and watched an entire episode of Wheel of Fortune. I've seen clips here or there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Wheel of
a
Fortune is
grandfather.
great.
I'm sure.
Oh,
it was.
get out of here. Okay, no, Owl Borland. I would throw to Andy, but then the joke will just be about grandfathers. Owl Borland, Wheel of Fortune, hot or not?
Oh, that show's flaming hot.
Oh
my
yeah,
goodness. Wow.
yeah, in your face,
You cool
Flamin'
cats
hot.
over there.
The Cheetos are coming through.
RSTLNE all over you.
R.L.
Wow.
Stein.
Now, wait. Are those letters that Wheel of Fortune gives?
Yes. They're the
Oh,
ones they
okay.
give you for the
How
final
do
puzzle.
you not know about this?
Because I've never watched an episode of Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that's a good reason, though, right?
No, it's a solid reason for not knowing something. Yeah.
But it's still physically painful for me.
Have you guys ever watched Jeopardy? Is this a thing?
Yes, Jeopardy is
like
not
a whole
nearly as-
episode?
yeah.
See, here's the thing about
Of course.
Jeopardy is you watch it, you're like, wow, these are fascinating facts. These people
Smart people.
are incredibly smart. How do you possibly know about this? And then you feel really stupid. So you watch Wheel of Fortune because then you feel like the smart one. You're not under the pressure of all the money and the lights, so the puzzles are much easier for you than the people.
No, that's probably true. And people watch
That's why
Jeopardy.
they're connected.
People watch Jeopardy because if they get one right, they feel smart. Just one
That's
or
true.
two. One or two. But letter frequency in the English language, ETAOIN. Those are the most common letters.
So the vowels
SR,
in T.
R is up there. I think that I just can't take vomiting. Like, vomiting is the worst. Some people, I think, out there, they don't mind it that much. To me, it's terrible. So I can't risk it because I'll hear some Z's, right?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
is-
especially with zombie shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to know what is the most common actual word that is used.
The
you
most
know,
common Z word?
Yeah, zebra, zipper.
Well, I don't
zoo.
use zebra a lot.
That's my point. No, that's my
No,
point.
that's-
Like
yeah.
that is considered like the most common Z word is zebra, and
It's
and,
in the all the kids' alphabet books, like X-ray, because
when's
we
the
have
last
no
time-
X words.
Yeah, when's the last time in a conversation someone's talking about zebra? But here's the real problem. Here's the problem, and I don't want to date things, but when the world changed, all of a sudden Zoom became a verb, and it became something that is a
And you needed-
program
Yeah.
that
you needed
everyone
more-
has to use.
I don't want to date this, but this program that we are using right now, to
Right
record
now.
this podcast.
Is called Zoom.
And people needed more zinc in that time period. There wasn't as much of a zest for life.
Oh, that's
You couldn't
full
zig
of
when
Z
you're
words.
trying to zag. I
Right.
mean,
No,
please don't stop.
but
please
you're
don't.
yawning all the time with the letter R,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you're gonna look
Right.
rude.
You said right?
Right?
I think I have to take the I have to take the vomit. I know that it's far more extreme,
Yeah.
but you can't get through life without the letter R. You can't.
Sorry, Jay. Go ahead. Finish.
I'm just saying, if we're having a conversation, it's like immediately I'm yawning through everything I say. I'm yawning through everything you say.
Did you emphasize sation? Like the word R was gonna be in?
I did, but the point is that word had the letter R in it, so I wanted to emphasize the entirety of the word. The entirety.
Conversation. What I need to know is, do I at least get the salival gland prep
What does that even mean?
for the vomit?
Sure.
For the vomit, you guys.
What's the salival gland prep? Is there a procedure
you're telling me-
go through?
You're telling me that when you're gonna barf, you don't all of a sudden have your mouth just start salivating?
I don't think about it.
It's been a long time since I've thrown up.
Guess what? The next time you puke, you're gonna realize that your mouth just all of a sudden starts
But you're
going.
telling me the difference between doing this and not doing it is that you have proper amount of saliva?
No, it's more of a preparation time. So I'm not vomiting into someone's face.
Vomiting is not pleasant. I do feel like perhaps you could manipulate this to your advantage if you overindulged and you're just like zoom, zip, zow, zoozy.
Look, the thought had crossed
we don't
my
all
mind.
endorse this.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying Jason was thinking about it.
All we're saying is there is
Just call me
literally
Jason.
there is no possible benefit to yawning, none. And when you're looking, we're trying to find silver linings in dark clouds here.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do. And
Gadzooks, we found one.
Look, I had McDonald's today. Zoips.
You're not gonna need the Z.
No, I'm saying I had McDonald's today.
Yeah.
I'm just letting
McDonald's.
you guys know. Yes.
Okay. So, Mike, which one are you going? You're going with
I
the
guess
vomit?
I'm taking the vomit.
I can't. I'll just yawn all day. I already do that anyway, so that's fine. Antonio from Twitter, would you rather cook all your food? Would you rather cook all the food for your household or have it all prepared by your spouse and you are on dish duty? So this is cook the food or wash or clean all the dishes? Is that
Yeah,
This
I think
is so
that's
easy for me. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, I mean, if this is a guarantee that every time that the spouse cooks, I clean, or every time that I cook, the spouse cleans, I'm cooking. I'm cooking, and here's why. Because when I cook, I kind of enjoy it. I like cooking.
Oh, okay.
But my wife would tell you something about my cooking. And also, the pictures after I cook would tell you something about my cooking. I am the messiest chef there has ever been. I can't make anything without splattering stuff against the walls. We got a gas stove with the you got to take all the.
I always turn all 4 burners on.
You got to take all the burner tops off to clean inside, and usually it looks
you just
like
waste bowls. You're like,
there's
well, I
been-
probably need an extra bowl for this.
100%. I'll take if I'm making a HelloFresh or something. I will have an entire bowl or dish or pot that I use for like 9 seconds, totally unnecessary. So yeah, there's a lot of dishes, but I ain't doing them.
But you like cooking.
Yeah, I do like cooking. It's I don't know. I think.
But does
A lot of
the
people
other-
do.
Do the other people like you cooking is the real question.
Oh, okay.
If you might like cooking, but I mean, you're going to have to eat what you cook every single time.
So
And my wife is a much better cook than I could ever be. So I think I'd rather eat that food and just deal with the cleanup.
Yeah, I want to say that the people that I'm doing cooking for like my cooking, because I do think I'm a decent cook, a decent chef. But no, the people that I'm cooking for are my children, and they hate any time anything is cooked because that means there's vegetables and there's real food and my kids, when I make a nice big meal, what I have done is make a fight. I have made a nightmare in my house.
That's the worst.
I know. It's
So you made a mess and a fight, and you still want to do
and
this.
a fight just so that I get to eat, and my wife, that we get to eat one nice meal, but I would trade that meal for minus a fight every time. So I just learned I should never cook, and we shouldn't cook at home.
Yeah, that's
We
what
should only eat
Mike,
fast
what
food.
about you? I know you do a decent amount of cooking.
This is easy because, generally speaking, I am the chef. I won't say 100%, but I'll put it right about 85, 90%. So that's where it stands in the right household, and I loathe it. I don't just hate it.
You haven't. It's not a developed passion.
No,
in your life?
we
It's
never
not
got there. What's so funny is Like, I remember in junior high taking one of those, this is what you should be tests. When you're like, this is when you grow up, this is the occupation. And I had a test tell me that I should be a chef. And I spent a few times cooking with my mom. And I was like, what? Why? This is
awful.
People do this for fun? Why would the test tell me that I should be this? What a stupid test.
What do you loathe so much about cooking?
Honestly, I think that it's very much linked to the speed, the rate at which I eat. I am a notoriously fast eater.
You're very swift.
Yeah, I mean, some people might say, well, you're not enjoying your food. Look, that's neither here nor there.
I'm not even chewing my food.
This is how the body is programmed now. That's how fast the food goes down. So I will spend, if it's a meal, I'm working on this thing for 1, 2, maybe even over 2 hours. And then I will eat the dish in 2 minutes. And now there's just tons of dishes for me to clean. I spent 2 hours for this. So I'm
but you don't have to clean the dishes anymore in this situation.
Well, that's fair. I'm just speaking in the way it works right now.
You
of
need to be
having
cooking.
clean
You need to be cooking in just massive bulk. Just a month's worth of mac and cheese in one session. She cleans up a month's worth of dishes, and then you just pop those things out of the fridge, heat them up, scarf them down in your under 60-second speed.
It's not going to hold very long. Very, very few foods hold very long.
The speed in which you eat, Mike, you don't taste anything you're eating.
But
There's no way.
That's where you're wrong.
We go out to lunch sometimes, just for the spitwads out there, and there is a procedure with eating lunch with Mike, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you let him order first, and he was to get his food brought to the table first, he will be done before your food arrives. You have to let him order last, so he can only be done like 10 minutes early, not more than that.
And then the best part is you guys feel rude.
Yes.
Like you're holding me up, even though I'm now satiated. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just chilling in this chair. But there is this feeling that you guys inherit that I don't project.
Like, we got to hurry now because you're sitting there waiting for us to finish.
It's not just
I revel in it.
It's not just just that I feel rude. I feel fat. I'm like, oh, I'm still eating. You're already done. And here's Jason waiting for him to another slice of pizza. It's
Totally
my
Mike's
second
fault that Jason feels this way.
Thank you. I'm glad we can see the truth.
All right. Let's go Noah from the website. Would you rather be ravenously hungry? Great.
Speaking of.
Or miserably full all of the time?
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
these are both uncomfortable feelings.
Yes,
clearly.
they are.
It's easy to say, well, I'd rather have food in my belly, but when you are full to the point where you
have to lay down,
when you're inappropriately full,
it's a rough life, man.
that is trouble. That's like, I can't lay down because the food might come out. It's got to be sitting up so it stays down.
Have you guys ever had a moment in a restaurant? So you're in a public restaurant and you say to your significant other, look, I'm sorry, I have to lay down.
At the restaurant, like on the bench?
At the restaurant in the booth, because there is a very particular instance where this happened to me. This, I think we were still in a dating phase at this point, too,
and you had to
with my wife,
lay down that bad?
It's like, dude, I don't know what happened. Well, probably because of the speed at which I eat. All the food got into the stomach, and then it was like, oh, you did this way too fast.
You're going to need to lay down for this, Mike.
And so we're in a Chili's, and I'm just laying down in the booth because I feel like crap because I am miserably full. You've never had that happen? I thought that happened to
not
everybody.
in a Chili's, no.
I haven't like actually done the act of laying down at the restaurant. Well, that's not since the college days. All
right, okay, but it's in there.
But I do know that pretty much most times at this stage of my life, I get so uncomfortable after I eat that my wife says I hold my belly like a pregnant woman. Like I'm pushing it down or up or trying to find an area where it's comfortable.
Feeling it kick a little bit.
I feel like the rib cage should have been larger. You know, all the organs are trying to squeeze through that like like a
Wait, so at the end of the
Play-Doh
day-
mold.
You're just like you believe your body should be formatted differently to hold the food that you want to eat.
To hold more, yeah.
Yeah.
Just and honestly, every day my body is formatted a little bit differently to hold more food. So I think we're on our way. So hopefully,
This is an upgraded model.
if I can keep persevering through my
Yes.
meals,
You
I
could
should be
get-
okay.
Yeah, you could get bigger.
But I do. I walk around now holding my stomach like a pregnant lady. That's not.
That's not good.
That's not good because I'm not a pregnant lady.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that-
your body's telling you things.
Yeah, it's telling me like, stop, dude.
Now-
This hurts.
I mean,
I'm like,
Mike,
"Shut up!"
in his defense, he did say last night that he wished he had like a 40-pound tumor.
Oh, that'd be great. You got to
Because
get
then
that
he
out.
could get it. Because then he could get it removed.
Yeah, 100%. If I had
As
a
long as it
40-pound
was
tumor in my
benign,
stomach,
he's cool with it.
get it out, and then it's like, ooh, you know what I can do?
Eat.
I can eat like the Dickens.
This is
Let's
not a good
go
lesson
to
for our
town.
listenership.
That's
Eat
why I need that.
responsibly.
That's why I need that Z.
So I guess my answer would be
Oh no.
that's why I need that Z. I am
Oh.
I will go the ravenously hungry route because I am kind of known as being able to skip a meal and just forget about it. So I don't think it hits me quite as much as other people. So I miserably full is like,
Oh, it's so
yeah,
bad.
I mean, it's really bad. It's
I mean,
like
both.
miserably full.
We're saying this like ravenously hungry is not bad.
No, that's
but-
really bad too. But it's like only one of them makes me eat a bottle of Tums, and so I'm gonna go.
I mean, the
with
reality
the
is this.
hungry.
The three of us eat whenever we want. And when we're an hour late for a meal, we get ravenously
Ravenously
hungry. No, we're not.
That's
well,
true.
The three of us
That's
don't
true.
know what it's like
That's
to be
true.
ravenously hungry. If we're actually ravenously hungry, we would. I couldn't even
We would-
imagine. We would just. It's all. We're done. So I'm going to take the miserably full all the time because I already know what that's like.
All right, Mike, do you have a final vote?
Yeah, I have to take. I gotta take the full because Jason's right. I don't know what it's like to be ravenously hungry. And I have to imagine
That's a good
it is-
point. It's a good
it
point.
is just the worst.
Yeah, that was American ravenously hungry. That wasn't like
Yeah. It's like,
real
it's-
hunger. That was
I
like
missed lunch.
It
It's
really-
1:00 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten lunch.
it's funny because when our
ridiculous.
kids are like that, we're all like, chill.
You don't
out."
know what that's like.
Yeah,
Because I don't know what that's like. either.
no, I don't let them say because the famous
I'm
hyperbolic
starving?
line that I'm starving. I'm like, no, you don't get to say you want to be starving. I'll show you starving.
I'll
back in your
make you
car.
skip lunch and dinner.
right. You don't get a granola bar this afternoon. All right, let's go ahead and let's switch gears here.
Spitwads, we all know we got to be taking care of that fitness, and sometimes it's difficult to get that going. It's not exciting. You know what is exciting? Peloton. Peloton is bringing you fresh things all the time. I love my Peloton bike so much. They are pushing things further with the Peloton bike, the Peloton Bike Plus. New classes, new music, new ways to keep your workouts fun and motivating. They just released this thing called the Lane Break, where it's like a video game, like a rhythm video game, except you're playing on your bike. It's just a whole new way to keep you engaged because, like I said, Peloton, they are always making things fresh and making things fun. They've got, on their app, they got boxing. You can step in the ring with the newest discipline, no gloves needed. Discover a fast and furious, fun workout with Peloton instructors in your corner. They got new artist series. Like, check it. Like, they highlight one particular artist. You want to get down with that. I've done Encanto rides. I've done Outcast rides. Whatever you could think about, Peloton is doing work and getting it done. I love riding my bike. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's ONEPELOTON.com.
That's a great question.
This question comes in from a Spitwad.
Oh,
Cheshire
thank you for
Cat.
your support.
If your belly button became a real button, what would you program it to do?
Well, I mean, look, this is just flowing.
Is this the Z
show
button
is
again?
flowing. I would program it to open up so I can let everything out. Close it. I mean, I
Well, like
often,
I
gross.
Like a sewer pipe?
yes, just pump it out. I mean, I would honestly.
This is getting disturbing.
I've so wanted a zipper belly.
I
got to
go take a stew.
Yeah, I mean,
Stew?
I guess the question is probably like a push
I
button.
mean, it's a button, Jay. It doesn't open. I mean, push the button and something happens.
What about the button on your pants? You undo it and you know.
He's got a point.
There are two types of buttons. I'm choosing to say that this is.
Oh, this is one that like you
Yeah,
there's snaps and clicks.
Yeah, and I'm taking the button nose off of the. Wait, no, he doesn't have a button nose. What does a snowman have? He's got a carrot nose.
He's got a
button eyes.
He's got a corn cob pipe.
No,
And a
corn
button
cob pipe
belly.
and a button nose.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's what I thought.
Okay,
I'm like,
now,
there's a carrot
you
nose.
have just uncovered something. Frosty the Snowman has a button nose. He doesn't have a carrot nose.
Is that true?
He's got carrots for eyes. Remember, he's got the two eye carrots.
Has Olaf changed us that much?
No.
Oh, he
No.
doesn't
No,
have a
because-
carrot
wait.
nose.
Did Frosty? Guys, I'm having a really hard time over
This
here.
this is
I cannot.
Frosty
I
does not have a carrot nose.
does
Wow.
not compute.
No, he's
I
got
know-
a button. You see? He's got a button for a nose.
What an idiot snowman!
It could have been so much better.
But he was the
Little
OG.
stupid
I
button
mean,
for a nose.
I'll be honest. I'd rather have a button for a nose than a carrot. That's another would you rather. But the carrot's not doing me any favors.
Well, it's
I'm certainly not sleeping on my stomach.
it's protrude.
Yeah, that's well. You can turn your head, right?
Yeah.
You could be a side sleeper.
Yeah, and then I'm hitting my wife with a carrot nose. So that's just not good.
Come give me a kiss. Ow, my eye.
All right. If you had a belly button and it became a real button, at first I thought for some reason it would be really efficient. Like if I needed laser eyes, you know what I mean? Like I'm Cyclops
Laser eyes.
and I pushed the button and I got laser eyes. I mean, it would be a little.
All right,
All right, yeah,
this
so
is
that's what I'm gonna go
great
with.
because Jason had his sewage.
Yeah, he's
Flat.
got the release valve. Got it.
You're imagining laser eyes.
Yeah, for
And-
attacking purposes.
And the first thing I think of is it's going to turn on my television.
That's
Oh.
it.
That's-
That's all it does. It doesn't even.
That's
It's
an
not
im-
even a smart remote. Like multiple items. It's just one thing. Just the TV.
it just turns it on, but then you can't control anything, and you got to go get the remote.
Does it turn it
to,
off?
to change it to the
oh
right
yeah,
channel?
yeah. I mean, it's an on-off switch. It's like
Yeah.
as I poke my belly button, like it's actually doing it.
What if it
You poke
answers
your-
your phone calls?
You poke your belly button, the screen turns on, and then you've got to go find the remote to put on the program that you
I
want.
didn't
Which
say it was the best idea I've ever had in my life. I was just giving the example of how different the three of us thought of this
you were
question.
Okay.
spitballing there.
Well,
What
there's
if
just so many things.
I'll take an Alexa.
Oh, it will be in Alexa.
Yeah, like boop.
What's the
Hey,
weather?
Yeah, so that's
So dumb.
that makes sense. You push the button, and then you can ask it like a Siri or Alexa, Google Home, whatever.
Like this. Like Jason went beep. Release my bowels.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think my Alexa can do that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I like
We're
that
working on
Jason's
it.
mentioning this like he doesn't have an open button that already does that job.
It does.
It does the same exact thing you're hoping for.
No, I don't. I want it directly out of the stomach. I don't need.
God.
I just want my belly area to be empty. Just feel good at all times.
Oh, this has been a disturbing episode.
It
Rachel
has.
Rachel from the website. It has been recently discovered that phobias come from how you died in a previous life. This is what Rachel says.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
all right.
So we now know that Jason previously died from a venomous tarantula.
Tarantula.
That's a chocolate tarantula. How did Andy and Mike die in their previous lives?
Oh man.
So
I assume-
phobias.
Mike had to die from a hive of bees. Am I wrong about that? I mean, is there
You're-
something else you're more?
Yeah, a
afraid
man
of?
picked up the hive and just walloped him on the head with it.
You are. I think you're probably correct. I have improved as a human being. It's pretty shocking to me, but I am less afraid of bees than I have been in the past.
What
That's an
percentage
improvement
of that?
as a human. If you're less afraid of bees, that's just better.
Yes, yes, 100%.
That's morally better.
What,
Dude, are you kidding me? Bees are death machines.
for themselves, they sting and they die, Mike. Have some
Yeah.
empathy. But no, I want to know what percentage of your ability to be better around bees has come because you have a pool.
It's definitely not from the pool, because it was my road to being afraid of bees is very bizarre, because we all grew up in Arizona, so we all grew up around pool culture, and I used to be at my cousin's house all the time. We would swim and we would try to drown wasps, which, side note,
They don't
somehow
drown.
wasps are inkillable murder machines that don't drown. They
That's
just
true.
They live underwater for 10 plus
Don't be
minutes.
fooled. The wasps are immune to death.
You did not drown that wasp. That's
You've never, if you've never killed a wasp in your life.
I think we legitimately did like a 2-day drowning. Like
and that wasp was fine.
put it in the net and then just leave it in there overnight and over another night, and it was like,
fine. It's perfectly fine. But
yeah, it
it's
might
all,
have taken longer to recoup, but it recouped for sure.
so I used to do that, and then somehow in between, and I've never been stung. I just became very, very afraid of bees. And the culmination of the bees was my one of my best friends got married, and it was a destination wedding, and this wedding was, or the ceremony, where I was a groomsman, was surrounded by incredibly beautiful flowers. Well, these flowers,
you know, I love flowers.
These weren't just honeybees, man. These were fully grown, like those bumblebees where they look like 3 times as menacing. I don't know if they
African killer
are.
bees
I think
or whatever.
they're not. Those are actually not menacing, but they look it. I mean, they're
Right.
big enough
Yeah,
to
yeah,
where they can knock
look-
you
and-
over.
And that's where the healing really started. It's like when you're scared of heights and you go, you
got to
start
put
just
yourself
facing
in the
fear.
situation.
So I've started to get a little bit better with the bees. Andy, do you have anything that you're still terrified of, that it killed you, like Rachel said?
I don't know if there's something I'm just like, I'm not one for like, I'm like claustrophobic, so I don't know if I died in a well
All
one
right,
day,
all
like
right.
a long time ago.
Are you afraid of heights?
I'm more afraid of heights than I knew.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I didn't think, I thought I was like normal, like everybody, like just for the
Most
record,
people think they're
everybody's
not
afraid of heights, right? Like everybody's a little
to
bit
some
like,
degree. Yeah,
to some
if you're
degree.
out on a
So
ledge on top
yeah.
of a building, you're gonna be
Ooh,
afraid. And
yeah,
they're like,
and
"This
so-
is fine."
I thought that I was that person, the normal afraid. But then I realized I wanted to hang some like Christmas lights on a second story of my house. So I borrowed this was the most embarrassing thing, because I borrowed a neighbor's extension ladder, which means he came over for me to use it. And I got
yeah.
about halfway, 3/4 up the ladder, and my knees are shaking.
Yep,
and I'm
been
going
there.
like, and the neighbor's watching me climb his ladder, and I'm saying manly things like, well, the bolts are a little loose, and I don't. This thing isn't really. Yeah, it looks like it's
I'm working up
malfunctioning
a
a little
sweat
bit.
climbing this ladder.
You know, the second story that you can't even see it. I don't even need lights up here.
You
My
should
favorite
probably
story-
go home and
My favorite story
Take your
is-
ladder while you're at it.
is on your single-story home that you live in now, when you went up on the roof to get something, and then you were stranded and couldn't. You were too afraid to get back down
I was
on the ladder.
stranded on my own roof. Now that was 1 part heights, 3 parts middle of summer climbing on the roof, realizing that I didn't think about the fact that roof tiles were 7,000 degrees of molten
yes.
lava. When you're on a roof
they're much closer to the sun.
and you have to touch the roof tiles to climb on the roof, it took me about 40 minutes to figure out the best way down off that roof. So
It's always jump.
I did not go that route.
No,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, Brian from the website. Between the 3 of you, what is the consensus number for miles per hour that it is acceptable to drive above the speed limit? Can we reach a consensus?
I don't like this question because
I feel like
my children listen to this show.
See, I think there is a universally
there is
known number.
the cops
that-
know it too.
Yes, it's 10 miles.
It's 10 miles.
It's 10 miles an hour. You can go
Now,
10
Mike,
miles.
I drove to Scottsdale and back with Mike, or not in his car, but like we'd leave at the same time. Very often, I'd be on the freeway, he'd be on the freeway. I can tell you unequivocally, every time I've ever seen Mike drive, he follows the speed limit more than any person I've ever known.
Mike is the slowest driver I've ever met.
That's another way of
That's another. I mean,
saying
it.
Yep.
I mean,
He
it's
is
unbelievable.
obedient. He is not in a hurry.
I am.
He's got his
look,
podcast, and he's content to go the speed limit.
I almost always will be 5 over.
Okay.
That's where I like. Honestly,
That's
the
called
number.
that's called 5 under. Just so you know,
That's probably
that means you're going 5
under
under the social speed limit.
I've heard from like I feel like the rumor and the grapevine. I don't know if I've actually heard this from an officer, but I've heard 7 is the number where, like, if you're at 7,
70 over. No,
sure. So if you're at 7 over, you're not going to get pulled over. But like once you start wiggling over that, then it's where it's kind of free reign. Maybe they get you at 8, maybe they get you at 10. And look,
I know we've got a lot of officers that listen. I want to know. Look,
that's a great question.
Off the record, okay?
I'm guessing
because I'm sure it's 1, right?
11 or above. That's my guess.
I think they're not. I'm 100% with you. If they say at 10, sure, but I think it's 11 and above. So I believe that 10 miles an hour, and I'm not. That's
Does that
not universal.
change if everyone around you is going 15 over? I mean, at that point,
yes. If
go with the
everyone
flow of
is
traffic.
going, I will go flow. I will go flow of the freeway. Yeah, I will not be the slow person that's actually now a danger to everyone else,
right?
Because everybody else is going this fast. Then I'll join in. But to me, what's funny is Jason and I had similar situations. Jason's a little bit more extreme than mine, but there was a ticket involved in my life. I learned my lesson. I was never going to pay that ticket ever again.
So was did you get the scared straight from the ticket?
Yes.
Okay. So you are a product of a good like law enforcement. So because I'm telling you, I've known Mike a long time. I've never seen him
because you met me after the ticket.
Like honestly, when you said you go 5 over on average, I'm like,
that's a lie.
I can't believe that. I thought maybe 2, maybe 1 or 2.
It's not a lie because I'm not going 15 over, you speed demon.
I'm faster than you, I think.
I want to clarify, this isn't everywhere, right? You're not going in a 15-mile-an-hour school zone, so 10 over. That's an on the dot. I don't go 1 over there.
Sure.
But when you're, in a neighborhood or whatever, but when you're on a major road, it's always 10 over for me. I set the cruise at 10 over and I just chill.
I do. And again, this is bad maybe for what Mike was saying with the kids, but I take a very maybe this is stupid, but
You're
I take
a case-by-case situation.
I'm a case-by-case on the road in general. You know what I mean? Like, look, if there ain't nobody,
what's my mood
if
like?
there's nobody 400 yards in front of me or 400 yards behind me, do I need to signal? I don't know. Maybe for practice purposes, but if it's like the tree falling in the forest, right?
If someone speeds on the freeway and no one's around to see it,
are you speeding? If you change lanes without signaling, but no one can use your signal, are you breaking the law?
I can't even change lanes without signaling. It's just an automatic. It's just like how you.
But I will like drive.
Jason's 35 over. Got a signal.
You're darn right.
Let these people know.
Safety first, Mike.
Safety first. That's right. All right, let's go ahead and draft now. Spitwads. Let's thank 10,000 for supporting the show, and let's thank 10,000 for making the highest quality, best fitting, most comfortable training shorts that I've ever worn. When I say training shorts, I mean the shorts that I use to go and dominate at pickleball against Al Borland and Jason and Mike every single day. These are their most popular. We're talking about the 7-inch interval short. They got a versatile shirt product. I've been wearing them for a long time. They're great. They're lightweight. They're breathable. They're durable. And again, you will dominate Mike, Jason, and Al if you wear these shorts. That's what I'm telling you. And they've got other gear specific to training, running, boxing, all sorts of stuff. 10,000 is offering our listeners 15% off your purchase. Go to 10,000.cc and enter the code BALLERS to receive 15% off your purchase. That is 10,000.cc and enter the code BALLERS.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, Al Borland has this set up with another Battle Royale extravaganza. Today we are going with cereal box mascots. So we all know them. We grew up with them. They've been around a long time. They sell cereal for a living, but they double as part of your entourage out here in the Coliseum. Head to head battle royale, 4 picks, and
unfortunately, Owl has clarified before the draft that these must be characters known from their cereal, as opposed to, because I had there's a Frozen cereal out right now.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that Elsa. Or my person.
And Mr. Owl Borland, I DM'd him before the show.
Because
I was
Cheater
like,
Fox McGee's drafted Michael Jordan on the Wheaties box or something.
Michael Jordan on the Wheaties
Come
box.
on.
I messaged him and I said, look, I don't want to get into it on the show, but I'm very specific about these things.
Of course.
So I need to know what the rules are. And this is why.
No, look.
I'm 100% with you, Mike.
Don't hear what I'm
Follow
not
the
saying.
speed limit in these drafts.
You and Owl did the 100% right thing. This is the right rule. But had it not been made,
He certainly wouldn't abide by the spirit.
I would have taken advantage and grabbed Michael Jordan and Elsa. That's all I'm saying.
And just completely submarined and undermined the whole purpose of the draft.
That's what I'm
from
here
the
to do.
get-go.
Yeah.
All right. I have the number 1 pick, and I have some interesting secondary picks that I hope get around to me. But I got it. With the 101, I'm going to go with Tony the Tiger.
Yeah,
he's
all
the
right.
clear.
Good for you. Look,
He's a tiger.
Good for you, man. Jason and I, the big joke is, will Andy always grab the 101? Slam dunk, man. You got it. I was hoping that you would overlook it and that the tiger would drop into my lap.
You're giving me so many compliments that I believe you're both trolling me. And backhanded
He's a
compliments.
tiger. It's
He's a
like
tiger.
you look at a lot of these mascots and it's like, oh, this one's a nice bird.
I've
one's
seen
a little
commercials. He's got electricity that he can use at times. He's a great athlete based on my research.
From my understanding,
and he's a tiger
great.
also. Yeah. He's great. He's great.
He seems kind of like a gentle tiger, though.
That's what. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're
You're
a
in a battle
tiger.
royale,
you're a
he's still a
tiger. Yeah. When push comes to shove, he's going to use what God gave him.
snacking.
You know what I mean? He's snacking. That's right.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so that's my 101.
Look, the top of this draft, the first couple picks, this is easy. I think when we get to the end of this draft,
picks,
There's one
he's
pick
putting,
that's easy.
He's putting Mike on blast.
Oh,
for
don't you get out of my head.
I'm
You
saying
think
that
there's
at
an
the
easy
end,
102, Jason?
I think there's a couple of obvious ones, but my point is not about this pick. It's about at the end of this draft.
Yes.
We're going to be scratching and clawing. We're going to be digging deep. That's my belief.
All right.
I don't see anybody.
That's fair.
Like when I look, I
Not
think
if you
there's
draft the wrong thing and all my guys fall to me. I'll be fine.
let's see. Mike,
You are on the clock.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that I actually know his name. Okay, perfect. I knew what it was. Look, this guy on the surface, he seems like a regular average. This is just a cartoon. If a battle royale breaks out, it's no problem. But then I give him a little whiff of chocolate.
Oh, I know exactly where you're
A little
going.
whiff of chocolate.
He's
And
taking
Sonny the cuckoo bird turns into an insane person that will stop at nothing until he gets the Cocoa Puffs. He is cuckoo. He is cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs. I will take Sonny the cuckoo bird as my number 1 pick.
I think you just drafted like a coke addict, like a cocoa addict that you just released onto the Coliseum, and he just goes
Look,
bananas.
don't hate the player, hate the game, man.
There is
All right.
the chance that look, that could backfire on you. I'm not sure that when he goes cuckoo, he doesn't go cuckoo on your own team.
I'm not in there. It's only the mascots.
But your other mascots are in
your
there.
other mascots are going to be like, get this guy off the team. He's
Yeah.
like,
He's
he
a
needs
team
a
player.
fix.
If I know anything about Sonny the cuckoo bird, he's a team player.
I
All right.
thought you just said he was cuckoo. All right.
He's a team.
Jason,
he's
you've
an
got 2
absolutely
picks.
insane.
He's cuckoo for
team
teamwork, guys.
He's cuckoo for teamwork.
He's like Dennis Rodman. He's great on the court, but he's an absolute nut job.
That's
Yeah.
perfect comp.
So far, so good. Tony's snacking on something. Jason?
Okay, so I'm thrilled with that pick. I don't think it was good, but there were. So I thought there were 3 really good battle mascots. Tony the Tiger being one, and I'm happy to take the next 2.
I was a little
First-
jealous of being at the turn here with 2 picks.
Oh, see, I am now. Look, we know this from history, right? When you're in a fight, when you're in a battle, Braun loses to magic. I need that magic in my life, and he might be tiny, but Lucky the Leprechaun's got magic. He's a straight up. I mean, what are you going to do against a leprechaun who's casting whatever he wants? He can make wish. No, he's magical. He's a magical being.
Yeah, but he just like produces lots of red balloons, and that's not going to do much for you.
I'm telling you,
His magic is changing the
Heart
marshmallows
stars.
in his cereal.
He'll make all of you turn to marshmallows. I'm not afraid of a Tony the Tiger marshmallow. Bring it at me, son. There is a horror franchise based around the leprechaun because the leprechaun is a vicious beast. But you want to know?
You've been infected by the Leprechaun series.
Here's the thing.
They're a friendly folk.
Oh, leprechauns are monsters, and everybody knows that. Go to Ireland.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. But here's the thing.
right.
You want to talk monsters? Okay, a leprechaun, yes, they're a terrifying monster.
Okay.
But you want to know what's a real straight up monster?
Wait, I thought Braun doesn't. Oh, never mind. Go on.
No, this isn't just Braun.
This is a problem.
This is
a problem.
This is the undead, man.
This is a problem.
This is Count Chocula. I'm taking a straight up vampire. You can't kill me. I'm already dead.
That was my number 2. That was the number 2.
That was
for
my
me.
next pick. I thought Count Chocula could sneak around the turn.
He turned. I mean, at the end of the day,
He's a vampire.
he's a vampire that can turn into a bat and vice versa. So he's got some versatility.
Goodness.
You're not the only one cuckoo
And Mike
for
could have
Coco.
had 2. Yeah, I was gonna say he could have had 2 chocolate based. That would have united
got-
the team.
That was my entire plan, man.
Yeah, that would have
Count
brought them
Chocula
together.
comes in, sets off the cuckoo bird.
Yeah. Oh, that
All
is
right.
smart.
Well, Jason, you got one good pick and one really, really bad one.
You and I are even minus the good pick then.
All right. Oh goodness! Now I feel like you have set off in a fantasy draft. Sometimes there's a run and of a position, and you want to be the first one at the top of the run that sets it off. And I feel like Jason might have set off the run, so that I am struggling here because I somehow thought that there were mascots that were going to slip through the cracks, and they so far have not. So far have not. So I need some I need some muscle.
He's tilting hard.
He's super tilting.
I am tilted. Because I didn't think I would have to take these guys early, but I got to take the muscle. I got to take someone who is very, very large and can protect me. He is a monster himself. He is a counterpart to said Count Chocula. I will take Frankenberry, who is Frankenstein's monster. He'll be out there just breaking backs and ripping off heads.
Breaking backs and ripping off. I didn't even think
that
about
old thing.
What cereal is Frankenberry for?
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry.
Ah.
I mean, the reason
Illumination.
Mike says
I've never
I'm
had
digging
those. Are they
deep-
like?
Nobody's ever had them.
Okay, okay.
I mean, if I Google
No, but
cereals,
he
I
would-
see it, and I'm like, this guy's clearly a monster. I am a cereal connoisseur
That
since the
cereal
time I
was
was 2
made.
years old.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
never.
You are not a connoisseur because there is a third. There is a trilogy.
Oh,
to
I'm
that
well
cereal.
aware.
All
I'm
right.
well aware.
Exactly.
He's on
no.
my-
Oh,
he's on
I
my
don't know
list.
who he is, but guess what? I'm well aware.
No, I Googled a list
Which
of.
one is it?
I Googled a list of these cereal boxes.
I've
Yes,
never-
I can see. It's
This
very
is the
obvious.
most impassioned battle royale we've ever had. I'm really happy right now. Jason has Lucky the Leprechaun and Count Chocula.
Boom, boom, bam.
Mike has Sonny the Cuckoo Bird and Frankenberry.
Mm-hmm.
My
far, so
second pick behind Tony the Tiger, I'm going with the captain.
Yeah.
I'm going with Captain Crunch. He's got an established history of beating back the pirates. So we
Does
know
he?
he's got
He's a captain.
He's a captain. And he's shown if you are appraised of his commercial work, he can take his ship right onto land. He's been able to.
Ooh.
He brings it right up to you,
I was
and
not
he
aware.
turns people in to Captain Crunch cereal.
Isn't
he just
the
snaps
one
his
who
finger.
has like the mixed up cereal? Like
Oops, all berries.
Oops, all berries.
So
I'm a
good.
captain,
He's
and I
prone
can't
to
run my own
mistakes.
ship.
He's
Oops,
he's made
all
a few
berries.
mistakes. But when you make a mistake and you can market it and make a lot of revenue, you know what I mean?
Or you make a mistake and you're dead in the
Well, I don't-
Battle Royale.
I've got the captain.
I don't want
He's
to
bringing
talk
his
up.
ship into the Coliseum, which is something I've been dying to do for a while. Get something from the water into the land, and he can snap his fingers and turn people directly into the cereal that I will eat.
You're missing a big part. And while I hate building your team up, a little known fact: Captain Crunch has a sword.
He does have a sword.
You watch it. He's literally drafted someone with a weapon, which is pretty good.
In a
right.
draft like this, you got to find that. And then for my last or my third pick,
Your third, yes.
man, I'm drafting Chip. And Chip's
Chip.
a wolf.
Tell me who
And
Chip
he's
is.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a
Yeah.
wolf? I thought
He's
it was a dog.
wolf right on the front.
See, yep. I was saving him.
Yeah.
As well. You guys clearly did your homework. Yeah, Chip the Wolf.
I've got a
Because
tiger,
when we
a
were
wolf,
growing
and a
up-
captain with a sword.
When we were growing up, it was just a dog and the robber.
They
and
changed
then,
him.
That's what I
And then
remember.
eventually he got replaced by Chip the Wolf.
You have got it. And well, actually, I have got it. So back to you, Mike.
Ooh, this is the problem.
I am crushing this draft.
That's
terrible. Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, especially when you could just say like this draft is great. I mean,
That's true. Yeah. I was, Chip.
instead you had to go for the
Chip.
reach.
His name's Chip. You see?
I understand.
Oh, Mike. Now, Mike, you were tilting with the last pick. Now, you knew that this was a 4-round draft before it began, right?
I did, but I underestimated my adversaries.
Okay. All
and
right.
their serial knowledge.
Thank you.
You underestimated them, and all their picks you've said are very bad. So there you go. You have.
I got to do what I got to do. What do I got?
I'll give you a couple more minutes here, Mike. You have Sonny the Cuckoo Bird. And
Oh,
you
no.
have
See, I'm all in on that pick. That was
you
not
have
a tilt pick.
Frankenberry.
The cuckoo bird?
Yeah, the cuckoo bird was not a tilt pick. You clearly have not seen what the man. He is ravenous.
I remember the commercials. He loves chocolate. He sure does. He sure does. And in a fight, that's really going to help you big time.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
I
it sure
have a
is.
tiger.
Count Chocula. It's going to help me a lot. All right, I guess I just need multiple guys. I don't know what they can do. I feel like they're probably 2 inches big, but
I know where you're going here.
but at this point, what am I going to do?
You're going for bulk, the amount, quantity
going
of people.
Quantity over quality, baby. Give me snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh, man.
There's 3 of them. There's sound
Oh.
effects. They're probably doing something.
Sound effects. The snap, crackle, and pop. So you're going 3. They could be pests. They could probably
look,
bite a couple ankles.
When you're playing an RPG and you're the sorcerer and all you do is just summon tons and tons of little annoying creatures, you're super overpowered. I've got at least 3 of them now.
Sure, Mike. Sure.
You got
Jason,
3 little tiny guys.
3 teeny,
I'm surprised
tiny.
you
That's the guy with the leprechaun.
With magic.
The
Who's
leprechaun
a monster?
is much larger than Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
I thought you were going to go.
Here's
for
the problem. I don't think he's really a leprechaun. Leprechauns aren't that big.
He's
a
a
fake
giant
leprechaun.
leprechaun.
Leprechauns aren't
he's-
that real, Mike. I don't know how big they really are.
They're very very small.
Okay.
I think we
Very.
can all agree they're very, very small.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a couple feet tall.
Yeah, a couple
right?
feet.
That's, you know,
A couple
they're 3.
feet.
I disagree.
No,
They
a
could-
leprechaun's like 3
they could
feet
pick
tall.
up a butter knife and use it. They're big enough to do that, which
They're
is what
picking up their pot of gold and taking it with them.
Are they? I think they're just hanging with it. They're just hanging out.
I'm on to Google.
They're not diving in their little pot
Dang
of
it,
gold.
they
They're
average
not-
about 3 feet in height.
Boom!
All right. Wait, now I feel like I need to Google how tall are
Or
Snap, Crackle,
Crackle, and
Look,
Pop.
Pop.
we don't need to do that.
We don't need to do that. Jason, you have a pick. I will figure out the height of Mike's 3 little elves.
They're the size of cereal bowls. We already know that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're small. They fit. All three could fit in one bowl.
You could eat them in one spoon. It's a terrible pick.
Honestly, I thought when you said you're going for mess, I thought you were going cinnamon toast. Get the old chefs, just because you got 3 dudes. But you went and got mini versions that I could step on.
So the like guys that could just run out there and get eaten.
Look, if you had
shows
to,
aren't helping.
Miniature guys that you
if
can
you
eat.
had to put the cinnamon toast crunch 3 chefs against Snap, Crackle, and Pop, I know that guy's graying out and he's an old man, but he's stepping on your little guys. I mean,
No, this is
I
an
think
Ant-Man situation.
I think Snap, Crackle, and Pop, that might be the sound they make when you eat them.
yeah.
All right, Jason,
All right.
you're up.
I know my 4th pick. I'm trying to decide on my 3rd because
That's strange.
yes,
Because you
it
do
is
get
strange.
them back to back.
I get them back to back, and my 4th pick is going to be the best pick of this entire draft. It might be a little bit mocked, but you guys will know that in a battle royale, we've been here before. We've done this. We've done this
Yes.
with a sports draft with an NBA
get
team.
to your point.
All right. First, I'm going little, like Mike, and
No one's as little as me.
I'm going. Well, no, this is going to be just as little as Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Wait,
I'm-
are you going with the B?
I'm going Buzz B, man. You're afraid of
Yeah.
bees. I'm coming
Yeah, I
straight
thought
at
about it.
you. I mean,
I did think about it.
This is literally. I'm trying to make Mike
It has
afraid
been
pick.
established, though, that if you use your B power, you will be sacrificing yourself. Buzz
That's
B
true.
goes down with his own.
His
You
power
One at
is
that point, big
his
time.
power is fear. He's going to be flying
Oh.
around, getting everybody distracted. He ain't never stinging,
Dang.
but you're going to be terrified.
I
it's
thought
not
about
going to
it.
matter, though. It's not going to matter because of my 4th pick. The 4th pick is literally the only one I need. And even though he's from a very stupid cereal that I'm sure Andy loves.
Come on, no,
Sonny
no.
from Raisin Bran
No!
is the sun. Try fighting against the sun while I melt you all down to your milk and then put you in my cereal. I mean, I just drafted an entire sun with hands.
Yeah, but that is the friendliest son that you've ever seen.
Not in a
That's
battle
true.
royale. You ever seen him in a battle royale? He's a fierce, hot
He drops
competitor.
those giant
You
raisins
dra-
on
you-
people.
Does he get the 2 scoops? Does he hit you with the
Yeah,
scoops?
2. That's all he gets though. Is 2 scoops.
Sure. 2 scoops.
But
Absolutely.
a
that's all he
sun,
gets.
if a sun is taking a scoop of something, it is the size of planets.
Yeah, I mean, I drafted a Sun when we were doing the NBA mascot draft. I think the Suns went undrafted, but we
Yeah, they
acknowledged
did.
that they were the best pick.
So you're telling me that Sonny is not to scale on the box?
That is correct because
Ooh. Oh no.
Because he looks
on.
about
He's got
the
a
same
point.
size as Snap, Crackle, and Pop in these boxes I'm looking at.
He's got a point.
So is Tony the Tiger a little tiny guy? Is Tony the Tiger a little tiny
No, but
tiger?
you have scale. We've seen Tony the Tiger up against
I mean,
other
sons
people.
are not normally quite that small. Okay, so you drafted a really boring cereal mascot for your last one.
I did. I got Cheerios and Raisin Bran, but they're going to be out there terrifying and melting you all down.
All right, so Mike, unfortunately for you, you have to pick again.
Well, as
Also, to go back because you're like, well, he's the Frosted Flake Tony the Tiger. Every single box I'm looking at, his head is smaller than the bowl or the same size of a bowl of cereal. This is a little
If you
itty
just
bitty
look
baby
at
tiger.
the bottom, though, it says not to scale. Do you notice that?
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
full-size
no.
tiger.
Full-size tiger.
Well,
That's
Full size
right.
tiger, not to scale, very dangerous.
Then I guess I will have to go with this pick because, look, I know I won't win the polls, but in my heart, I know that I will have won the battle
I did my best.
Because when I did my best, and Jason's son will kill every single person except for Boo Berry.
Mhm.
Except for Boo Berry.
Frankenberry and Boo Berry.
Because Boo Berry is already a ghost. He's already dead. And unless you're calling in the Ghostbusters, then you can't get rid of me, and I'll just be hanging out.
Leave it to Mike to go a few layers deep here. I mean, it's not a bad pick. It's not a bad
like
pick.
I said, the polls won't respect Boo Berry, but I know that I will just be hanging out.
With the sun. It'll just be the two of us at the end of this fight.
But here's the thing. The sun eventually dies. It might be millions of years, but Boo Berry will still be there. Still be there.
All right, so Mike,
This is
you
a long battle.
ended your draft with Sonny the Cuckoo Bird, Frankenberry, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, and Boo Berry. I have Tony the Tiger, the captain, Chip the Wolf, and I'm actually going to close it out with, I don't know if you even remember this mascot.
Sounds perfect.
But do you remember the mascot for Honeycomb?
Yep, he was on my list.
The
and
frog?
had I not tilted.
Honeycomb is the
What's his
craver.
name?
He craves honeycomb. The honeycomb craver. He looks like a Tasmanian devil. He's maybe as psychotic as Sonny the Cuckoo Bird.
100%.
He spins around. He flies in and out of everywhere.
yeah.
He's very disturbing.
You don't remember?
Honeycomb, me one honeycomb.
There
He
you go.
is a mascot.
You do remember.
Oh,
like-
dude, honeycomb's delicious.
You know the story of like Five Nights at Freddy's, where apparently the person who made the game was just supposed to, like, he thought he was making a nice fun game, but then people eventually let him know, no, you've created monsters and they need to be in a horror game. That's the same thing for the
It's
honeycomb
disturbing.
mascot.
It's a freaky looking creature, and he's a great fourth pick for my team because he's just
Yeah,
going to
that's
cause
fair.
some chaos. So,
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite team,
A wily guy before melted down.
I'm looking over them. So we got Andy with Tony the Tiger, Captain, Chip the Wolf, and Craver. And we got Mike with Sonny the Cuckoo Bird, Frankenberry, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, and Booberry. And Jason has Lucky the Leprechaun, Count Chocula, Buzz Bee, and Sonny. And I think I would have to cast my vote for Jason.
My man.
all right,
Al
that's all
is
the time
always
we
right.
have on today's episode of the show.
Even
and-
with just because of the sun.
Yeah, the Sun and Count Chocula, that's a pretty tough combo.
Count Chocula is a really
Here's
good
a problem. Here is a problem for your team, Jason.
pick. Oh,
Okay.
I know where he's going.
Let me have it.
You know what can't come out in the sun?
You drafted a sun. You know
You
who
can't
can't,
bring
live
Dracula.
in the sun?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
A vampire.
Yeah.
So enjoy your team of
Pick and
3
choose.
members. So you have the sun and
I only
a
need
leprechaun
one to
who does
win, my
nothing,
man.
and a bee.
I only need
And
one
a
to win.
sleeping vampire. You idiot.
I already got Al's vote. We're good. Everyone go vote for me.
Oh, that's funny.
What did we learn today?
That Jason knows nothing about vampires.
That was an interesting draft. These are not creatures. These creatures were made to sell cereal. They were not made to fight. They were made to make you want to consume cereal. Have either of you guys? Have you ever listened to that podcast, The Cereal Wars, before? This is
I have not.
This is just a blind promo.
I imagine Kellogg's is involved somewhere.
No,
No, I have
because
not.
it indicts. It just shows you
It's not Mr. Kellogg?
how many people fall for the one. Look at Cheerios boxes nowadays. They all say the same thing. Might lower your cholesterol
yeah.
or whatever. Like one health claim on cereal for the last 200 years has sold cereal.
Yeah,
You make
it's
any
a
health
healthy
claim about
choice.
them, and you're like,
It's-
man, I feel good about myself eating this sugar bread in the morning. It's
Might
funny.
fill your belly.
Yeah. So what did I learn today? I learned that Jason would do almost anything to try to evacuate his system so he can eat more food.
That would be awesome, and you're 100% correct. I learned that people actually watch the entirety of Wheel of Fortune and not just clips of when there are mistakes, which are hilarious.
Wheel of Fortunes. That's a national treasure.
It does feel that way, but it's been 20 years since I've seen it in a full episode. I'll be honest with you. It's been a long time.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.